So I'm here with Glenn Mandziuk. He's the CEO of the Sustainable Hospitality Alliance. Welcome, Glenn.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us, for those of people in the audience that don't know what the Sustainable Hospitality Alliance is, tell us in a nutshell, how would you describe it?
You know, it's such a vast organization, but it's actually been around for 30 years. It's our 30th anniversary. We're an organization made up of hoteliers around the world. Interestingly enough, in the last 8 months alone, we've more than tripled in size of our donor members. We're a global charity set up to deal with people, planet, place, and prosperity for the hotel industry primarily, but all of hospitality, to really advance our position as a leading sector in the world to really address sustainability issues head on. And now we represent nearly 50% of the hospitality industry globally as directly engaged within the Alliance. So it's a very exciting time for our opportunities.
So where has that impetus come from, that big surge in donors, as you say, and people being members of the Alliance?
Yeah, I think it grew very significantly just coming out of the pandemic. I think people came to a realization sustainability wasn't just a voluntary exercise anymore. It became a very serious one. The regulators are demanding it. The shareholders are demanding it. The customers are increasingly demanding this notion of sustainability, what practices. But I think more importantly also when we think about this, the employees of the future are demanding it because they're expecting that the companies have a higher purpose than simply a job or an experience of working in a hotel, and fabulous career opportunities in the hotel industry. But I will say the employee of the future are expecting more. And I think we realized that coming out of the pandemic, and I think the industry sees that. And I think one of the things the Alliance provides is a pre-competitive conversation between hotel companies, sharing with each other so we can be a catalyst for the future. And we have a long way to go in a short window of time. And the only way to do that is a collective exercise. So it's an exciting time, I will tell you.
So you actually have a lot in common with ATM. ATM is also 30 this year, and obviously it has a net zero theme.
Yes.
So why was it important that the Alliance was here at the show this year?
There are some parts of the world that are growing faster than others when it comes to hospitality growth. This part of the world is one of them. We needed to be here to be more engaged with this industry in the growth that's happening here. We just recently released a Destination Water Risk Index, which actually analyzes over 370 destinations globally. We released it recently at the UN General Assembly to showcase that the industry is taking this seriously, sending a market signal that we are taking net zero, water conservation, people agenda very seriously because we need to. We're not telling our story enough about what we have and what we can do. And we have a lot to do, there's no question. But why we released the Destination Water Risk Index, for example, is to showcase to the development community of the extra issues that they'll have to take into account when they're building in that community. Because it's a privilege for us to build our hotels and resorts in these communities. We have to come from that mindset of that it's a privilege and not a right. And when we change our mindset around that, it's about community engagement, it's about connecting with the community, and that's what's happening here at ATM. And so we're very proud to be part of this experience.
Well, it's great to see you pioneering this, so congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Wonderful, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that allowed us to be in your yearbook this year. So we're very excited. We have very exciting announcements coming up. We, of course, our fundamental